All right.
Welcome.
Welcome back
to BitmonkeyTV, episode number 16. My name is Marcelo.
And I'm Scott.
And today's Friday, non-fungible Fridays.
Friday,
but
guys.
I know today is going to be focused on MonkeyBytes, which is a project that we released on the 7th.
Yep, and we talked about it a bit, and we're going to recap a little bit and then continue down the rabbit hole that is MonkeyBytes.
Exactly. I think the best way just to get things rolling is to dig through the white paper with us verbally kind of summarizing everything, right? And maybe adding in some thoughts that may not be on the white paper. And if you have any suggestions and you're watching live, we would really appreciate, if you'd rather maybe see the roadmap. But I think the roadmap, you really need more context of the project because the roadmap is built around the project. So if you look at that first, you might have some questions that may not be answered until we walk through it all. So let's get started.
Just bringing up our stream.
So I'm pulling up the tab here. See if anybody's leaving comments.
We're good. You got one person viewing. Shout out.
Nice. Shout out to the one person. We appreciate your support.
All right. So Marcelo's going to go over the first page of the white paper. He's going to kind of recap what we talked about yesterday and also give a bit of background on his thoughts and everything that went into writing this white paper. So give him a second. He's a little slow today.
Nah, it's Friday.
It's Friday. I had full transparency. I had 4 cups of coffee. I think it worked today. Actually probably 3 to 4 cups of regular coffee and then a cold brew or 2.
Nice. I've actually been trying to wean myself off the caffeine as I'm drinking a Today was an off day though because I didn't drink as much in the first half of the day. I need to get back on that diet and that sleep schedule.
Cool. You want to actually pull that up full screen because I think it'll be a lot easier to read.
But you sure you guys want to see our face while we read this, or do you want to just see the white paper? Because I feel like as a viewer, if we zoom it up?
I know our faces are beautiful and everything, but I think the point is to. Oh, actually, that's not so bad. Yeah, but also you're going to be reading, so you can't really talk to the camera at the same time.
That's true.
Yeah.
But they can see it. Look at that. That looks pretty fucking good.
They can. All right. Okay, I'll stare at the camera.
Yo, what up, Dream? You made it.
And I'll be reacting.
Hey, we'd love your preference. Forgive anybody watching this on YouTube afterwards. Dream, do you see how it's laid out right now? We zoomed up on the white paper. You think it's better with both of us kind of on screen, or should we just full
Do you want to see our faces?
Yeah.
I feel like...
I'm curious. The audience should have a play in this.
I'm shy, bro.
I know you are. So, that's why you keep pushing for the fucking white paper full screen. Look at this guy. Okay. So it comes out. A true artist. A true photographer.
I'm really shy.
We'll go full screen. We'll go full screen.
And some I'm not. Oh, there you go.
iPhone would be unreadable. Yeah.
Nice.
So let's just swap it on over.
Logical.
It really is. It really is.
Fucking
Scott. You're hilarious.
I'm going to grab some water while you start.
I love it. So, excuse me. For those of you who are just learning about this project, I'm just going to start off the top. MonkeyBytes is a thoughtful, fully on-chain NFT project focused on rewarding its owners and giving back to the world. Our goal, I know my goal, you got to understand when I wrote this white paper, it started off as just me. Scott has since come on board as co-founder, so you'll notice some terminology change, but it is a we, right? So our goal is to set the new standard and benchmark in the 21st century for giving back the right way, fully on-chain and transparent. MonkeyBytes is a global idea. It doesn't work without a shared common interest. To want to do good, to not only support something good, but being confident and reminded that your support has gone a long way. To see that firsthand. Nobody does this. Too much is happening behind the scenes. Pockets get lined, simple as that. With this project, 77% of proceeds will not only be donated but documented as well. We're going to do this in the form of a vlog called Giving Back the Right Way. As of now, we're going to host that on YouTube, on our BitmonkeyTV channel.
Yeah, and that'll happen, as the fund starts to develop.
As soon as we start, once you're going to see this chart on the next page, once that master fund is complete, we distribute funds.
Yeah.
From that first distribution, we start this vlog.
Just so everyone knows, we're a small team. It's just us two.
Yeah.
So as soon as we can
But it
bring
won't
more
always
people
be
on,
this way.
Right. As soon as we can bring people on and get,
as soon as we make some announcements, it's things will be more clear. But understand right now at this moment in time is me and Scott.
Mm-hmm.
So donation funds will be organized with their own individual wallet address. Subdomains, for example, fund1.monkeybytes.eth to ensure there's full transparency. Vlogs will validate with visual confirmation where every transaction is headed and what project it's going to fund. We will only take what we need when we need it. By doing so, funds will grow over time as the value of ETH reaches a more more stable and mature level. Ultimately, this approach will create a core group of funds that will last a lifetime. You get to see the growth and goodness of this project firsthand, growing over time, allowing the goodness of this project to continue and spread around the world long after we're gone. As you'll find, this project was meticulously designed to benefit the audience first and foremost, while also supporting causes and benefits that mean the world to me. I'm going to touch on that. You want me to rewind? I know. And I did mention to them that when I first, when I first wrote this, it was a me thing because you weren't here yet. Mm-hmm. But as you see, it is a we thing.
Oh, you're just reading that.
Yeah. I was recapping. No, I already shouted you out when you went to the bathroom, bro. No. That's funny. Now, I wanted to touch on that because as Scott came on board, let me transfer the camera too, that way they can see us here. Because I feel like we should touch on this a little bit. So when I wrote that, that still stands, right? Everything you see, fund number 1, fund number 3, fund number 6, those are everything I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life, right? Mm-hmm. All of my skill sets in 3 funds. It's a beautiful thing, right? Mm-hmm. And with the other funds, number 2, Scott came on board. Yep. Right? Now it's our. That mean the world to us. Mm-hmm. So I hope everybody understands, this white paper was written at a certain moment in time, and you're going to notice all documentation moving forward, is going to be between the 2 of us because we're the founders
in it
here.
Together. We actually had a really, really deep conversation
earlier, yeah. And it was a necessary conversation.
Yeah. You have to have those hard conversations, to move forward, to have those kind of friendships and partnerships moving forward.
Exactly.
So build that trust. So
100%.
Just so you guys know, we were both on the vegetarian. I was. Maybe he wasn't.
No, I definitely. You saw my fuck up. Get the fuck out of here, guy. So, in a way, I took a page out of Gary's book with this one, Gary V. Shoot, am I on the screen? Oh, there we are. I took a page out of Gary V's book on this one, and I created a project being selfish with what it focuses on, but also being selfless at the same time. I think he calls it selflessly selfish. And you'll find a lot of that in this project. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
It is. You're going to shout your boy out? You mentioned him. You got to shout him out.
Who?
Gary V.
I already did right before that. Fuck. This guy.
Shout him out again.
All right. So, and this last paragraph really states that at that moment in time, this was before Scott was here, right? But as you'll find, I'll save that paragraph, right? But for those, this is actually very important, so I will read it. I, BitMonkey, will serve as lead monkey, but this project is bigger than me. It will grow. More monkeys will join. You, the founder, this is what I want to put an emphasis on. You, the founder, are the most important part of this entire project. Every time you see the word founder, know that it benefits you, not us lead monkeys. You, the person listening to this, the person watching this video, the future contributor, the future token owner and founder of these mints, right, of this project. Because at the end of the day, this project will not succeed without your support and belief in our tokenomics. I know I wrote my, because as you've learned, this started out as an I, and now it's a we, right? But as you'll find in the coming pages, we've created 3 groups of funds. 3 funds to focus on giving back to the world, giving back and doing good in this world. 3 funds focused on rewarding the audience and token owners, aka the founders. And then 1 fund to reward the team for their time and to build the new world we wish to see. This shouldn't be a surprise, but this is the first of many projects, right? Focused on doing good. This is the foundation. This chart is really special. It really helps you visualize everything. So currently our drop schedule to level the playing field we are dropping 7 a week, listing 7 a week for the first month. Month number 2, we're going to bump that up to 77 a week. Month number 3, we're going to bump that up to 777 a week. What?
I just realized we don't have pretzel rocks at all.
We don't have pretzel rocks? Okay. Let me switch over. Scott, take on over. Let me pull up some music for you.
Yeah, we'll just wait 1 second.
Okay.
It'll take 2 seconds.
Let's see.
Also, if you guys have any questions, anyone tuning in, feel free to chat. While Marcelo is talking, I'll be active in chat. So if you have any questions, mid-sentence or whatever,
You hear it?
anything that pops into your head, turn it down a little bit.
It's at 8.
Like go 6, maybe.
6?
Yeah, just some.
Sorry about that,
Just
guys.
need
We
a
didn't have
little
that
bit of
background ambience on this one.
Yeah.
This is what happens,
But
We
I'll be in Discord chat while he's talking. So if you have any questions, feel free to shout them out.
Yeah, please do. So distribution of funds. Here's a visual. In the coming pages, there's about 9 more pages of specifics within each fund. This is where we're gonna more show the screen to you, and then we're gonna pop back over to us so we can talk to the camera. All right. So initially, the MBT sale will go into the master fund. Master fund, until every single mint is claimed, will retain all the funds, at which point in time, once that last mint is claimed, number 7777, we will distribute the funds accordingly as you see. 12.83% to Fund 1, Fund 2, Fund 3, Fund 4, Fund 5, Fund 6, respectively, making up a total of 77% of the proceeds of this project that we're giving right back. Fund number 7 is 23%. That's for us, right? That's for us to execute. That's for us to compensate the team. That's for minting expenses, as you'll find, future R&D, development of MonkeyBytes IP. That one's very important. What's a beautiful thing is it's only 23% of the total proceeds. So between funds 1, 2, and 3, those funds are focused on changing lives, creating opportunity throughout the world, right? You get to see exactly where the ETH goes and how much good it does. Funds number 4, 5, and 6 are very special because these reward the founders. And as you've learned, the founders are you, right? It's the viewer, the person listening to this, the person watching this screen right now, the future purchaser of these MonkeyBytes. What we're going to do is reward you in the form of daily live CryptoPunks and VeeFriends giveaways, along with future mining farm payouts, aka rewards, from 3 mining facilities.
And that's for life.
And that's for life. Now, there are going to be stipulations, right? And we're going to be releasing that in the facts, but we are going to reward the hodlers. And if you don't know what a hodler is, yeah, I like saying hodlers because that's how you visually see it, right?
I get it.
Just trust, hodl. There's going to be benefits, lots of benefits that are not Easter egg, hint, hint, Easter egg, that are not laid out in this white paper. So don't let this chart fool you. We give you even more from our foundation fund. I'm going to touch on that and switch back to the camera because this is a moment to also shout out what started this project. Something I started called the moralmonkeymob.com.
Yeah, this is a lot of
This
fun.
project was birthed, MonkeyBytes that we're talking about right now, that we're walking through the white paper. It was birthed from the act of giving away my token access in a unique way. I purchased 5 Moral Monkeys from the VeeFriends NFT collection from Gary Vaynerchuk, and I decided I'm going to loan out the access every year, right? And I announced it on Twitter because I'm the type of person, like I'll sometimes start planning something and then it take too long to execute on it, right? In the past. Just random ideas, things like that. But not this time, because this time felt right because it came from the heart. So fast forward, I think all but 2 or 3 days, I was like, fuck, interacting in this Discord, this community is so fucking amazing. What Gary's doing, I mean, this is just the start.
Yeah.
How can I give back at scale? You know what I mean? How can I create a project that is just so out of this world, but also practical, based off of my skill sets and my interests and my passions in life? And MonkeyBytes is the birth of that.
Yeah.
Is the birth of that thought and that planning and that
You want to know something funny? I think that in a way, Moral Monkey Mob actually is what got me onto this project.
No shit.
To work with you. Well, because like before we even had that conversation, you know, of being on it, like I'd always see you posting Moral Monkey Mob, but I had no idea what it was. I had zero idea, and I was just like, oh, cool, he's doing something. I like that. Cool, crypto, NFTs. Like, engage.
Yeah.
And even though, like, we're good friends, we go way back, you know, sometimes in life you can grow apart, and I feel like, you know, I was like, you know, well, this is really cool. We both like this kind of stuff. And so, like, through that, you know, and as I've come to learn about VeeFriends and about, like, the Moral Monkeys, it's really cool that you're creating that incentive to give back and give, like, an experience that would have been only exclusive to you, you know?
Exactly. So, for those interested, though, applicant window is open now through November 7th, right? It's going to be open for quite a few months. The first round is the lengthy one, right? When it comes to collecting data, go ahead and check out that website, moralmonkeymob.com. I might as well, since we
just go there.
a presentation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
And while he's doing that, I'm gonna give you guys a tip. You know how much time Marcelo took with this white paper and how much thought he put into it, and there's very key things and specific details to him. I would just suggest when you're writing, you know, when you're filling out this form, keep that in mind.
That's a good one. I can't wait to clip this part. I love that. That's a great little hint.
Just a little hint.
Yeah. Know your audience, right? Know who you're speaking to.
Yeah.
Right. Same for the people applying for the Sorcerer Scholarship. Know your audience. Know who you're speaking to. Learn about the team. Learn about who's accepting those applications. I want to shout out Jeremy Charles Hone, I believe is his full name, aka @wannabea_VeeFriend on all tags. His Twitch TV is /VeeFriends. He is single-handedly, I've been observing, hopping in clubhouses, hopping in his Instagram lives, and he's giving so much advice to people on how to write their scholarship and their essay. And those people are now taking action. And to see him inspire others who didn't have that willingness at first on their own to do it, is amazing. It's amazing. So go check him out. Go check him out if you're interested in that scholarship and you have no idea what I'm talking about, but you know Gary Vaynerchuk. Go rewind and check out that account. So what you're looking at right now is the screen here. Let's full screen that.
Full screen.
Hold on.
Wrong one.
Not wrong one. There we go. MoralMonkeyMob.com. So we're gonna fast forward straight to the video. I'm not gonna play it here for you. You guys can play it, but I just wanted to give you the overall layout of the website. Header. We have the brass tacks behind the 5x5 contest. Your form to fill it out. And then something very special I also came up with to really reward all Moral Monkey owners. Is these rewards are only going to be eligible for VeeFriends Moral Monkey token owners. Okay, this is a sneak peek. There's a facts section here. We have yet to fill it out. All you really get is what the application window is right now. The last 4 rounds are all going to happen in a short period of time to where we select the winners by the end of the year. Okay, sometime in December. Like I said, those details will be released throughout the rest of the year. These rewards will also, those specifics will be released, but I wanted to hover over them for everybody to see. The hologram monkey. I want everybody to think what Gary V is doing with gift codes. I'm not going to announce what I'm doing, but I have the mentality, since he's touted these holos so much, I'm going to do something, gift something very special to this owner. Obviously, depending on which continent they are and the size of the item, if it's physical, shipping might get involved. It's all going to be covered. Those details are going to be released by the end of the year. That one's special. And the reason I don't want to give you any hints is I'm stuck between two things. If I'm being completely transparent. MonkeyBytes presents a Walt Disney trip for 5. If you're a bubblegum Moral Monkey owner, you get to claim this. And if you don't want that trip for 5, you can do BTC equivalent rewards. We just have to determine where you are, how much it would cost, and then I'm looking at the camera for no reason, and then we'll pay out to your BTC public wallet address of your choice. So there's a stipulation on all these rewards. They will only be eligible to claim once our Web3 front-facing site. What's wrong? is ready, right? And that is estimated by Project Sellout. Okay, so realistically, practically, these rewards will be eligible to claim by our 4th milestone, which is April/May of this coming year. Okay, the gold one is a golden time in the heart of Bali. Same stipulations as the trip to Walt Disney. You either take the trip, I'll join you most likely, because the type of places we'll be renting are going to be pretty sweet. You know, it's gonna be a fun experience. We might hop down to Australia. Who knows? Fuck it. And if you choose not to take that trip, BTC equivalent payout. Next one, Lavas. A volcanic trip to Maui for 5. That's pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to get too much in more because I know we're supposed to be talking about MonkeyBytes. But if you're interested in learning more about these, go ahead and visit the website, moralmonkeymob.com.
Yeah, and also one thing, I believe it says it at the top, right? That this kicks off once MonkeyBytes reaches the 4th milestone.
I mentioned
right?
that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mentioned that. And
so this is separate from MonkeyBytes, but it's a fun perk or a fun addition to it.
Yeah, and we're paying for that out of our foundation fund. So it's not like it's coming out of the VeeFriends Founders giveaway or anything like that. It's not coming out of any of the funds. It's actually coming out of our own pockets that we, could have paid ourselves. No. We're giving back even more outside of those 6 funds. So it's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet.
Go back.
Yeah, I'm going back.
Well, there's some white noise going on. I don't know why. We'll figure it out.
So please keep in mind what we're about to read is a brief overview of how much good this project will do. Did my best to help you visualize both short-term and long-term economics behind my approach. We will be completely transparent in everything we do over the coming months. Screen that. I know, I was kind of looking at the camera. I
Oh,
like that.
My bad. I didn't realize it was camera time.
No, I see the introvert you are. It's okay. It's okay. I'm the same way.
No, I just want people to be able to read it.
I just want to give you shit.
Nice.
We'll go back to it. All right. Excuse me. Over the coming months, we're going to be releasing our blueprints to the mining facilities. I didn't specify this right here, but also the solar farm. All the details, more white papers for each layer of each fund, business plans and specifics on how each fund will operate, from the nonprofit structure to our standard operating procedures. Everything will be public, just how it should be. And that's something I have a very strong opinion on, because I feel like if a lot of these companies out there that existed shared a lot more of their structure and what makes them so great, they would make so many other people great. But the problem is it doesn't help the shareholders or the board, things like that. So those, unfortunately, companies don't share all this information that could be beneficial for somebody to start their own,
Something fun about starting. Yeah. Look, I just started working on my entry for the Moral Monkey Mob. I'm pretty excited about it.
Jen, shout out. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So while the style of MonkeyBytes may not be permanent, the core foundation of my why will never change. Our why will never change. It starts with doing good, and it starts with leading by example.
And then we talked about this last time, right?
Did we? So let's skip over. So for those who don't know, let's actually show them.
I mean, we can just touch on it quickly.
This person viewing is just viewing this project. Let's start with the...
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad if we go over things because we didn't get a chance to really go as in depth maybe last time as we would hoped. What are you showing right now? Just your screen. Nice.
Yeah, I know, right?
Nice.
It's fun.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Wow, what an incredible wallpaper background.
I know, right? So this is the homepage for MonkeyBytes. There will only be 7,777 MonkeyBytes minted, fully on-chain forever, thanks to the crew over at NFT42, the OGs. Our manifesto, our why, essentially, is to set the new standard and benchmark in the 21st century for giving back the right way. I realize I'm being repetitive because we already read that off.
You are actually, but I want to ask you something.
We wanted to go straight to the funds here.
Hold on. Let me let's do it where I'm like the interviewee.
I like it.
Yeah, because I'm inquisitive because.
So you want me to display this part on the screen here?
Yeah, because there's some things that I'm fully aware of, and there's some things that Marcelo is the tech guy. He's the brains behind all the website and everything, and using NFT42.com. And I'm kind of I'm the creative guy, and I'm doing a bit of marketing and stuff, and helping to lead, in other ways through MonkeyBytes. But when it comes to some of the tech stuff, it does go over my head. So I know that we're doing it on chain, right? And we're not on a specific platform, although you can buy through OpenSea. When you use NFT42.com, kind of explain to people what that means and why it's beneficial.
Yeah, so we actually don't use NFT42.com. Right there is me shouting out an ode to the OGs.
Got it.
They are responsible for building the platform we're using.
I see.
That's the parent company. That's the parent company of Nameless, I believe. I'm not sure how their business is structured, but Nameless came from NFT42. That NFT42 is that foundation.
Yep.
The OG. So I wanted to shout out the OGs because I wanted to make sure, if you look at their website, their mission is to be on, I really just loved what I was reading. So I was like, you know what? I want to use this platform, even though it's going to cost us more money to mint on chain. Yeah, Jimmy, I haven't gotten to meet the guy, but I've watched a few interviews. I'm looking forward to talking with him, whether it's him or whether it's an account manager over at Nameless. Hit us up. Hopefully sooner than Q3. Would love to start chatting beforehand.
So NFT42 made, is it in NFT?
InfinFT.
There we go.
InfinFT. That's
how I was going to say it infinity, but it's
FT.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
And
sounds like you're saying infinite.
So what are the benefits of doing it that way?
Well, the benefits of doing it this way is you're not reliant on a third-party host like Rarible or OpenSea, that platform,
right, to
be in existence.
So
for
if
your
that
media to remain on chain.
Down,
so even if you mint on those platforms, these other where the media is centralized, but the contract and the transaction is technically decentralized, right? Your transaction is technically still on the chain, right? But when you're not fully on chain, your media is subject to that, right? It's reliant on that platform staying online. So we took a different approach. We pay a little bit more in our fees, but I wanted to do that because this project's so meaningful and it's such a long-term idea, right? It's such a long-term vision that why the fuck wouldn't we go on chain forever as long as humanly possible, right? So that, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah.
Does it?
Definitely.
Cool. So we're on distribution of funds.
Yeah.
I know we were just...
I just wanted to kind of jump back up there real quick. So one thing that I wanted to talk about for everyone out there, so I always joke about it, and I always give Marcel a hard time, but he's a numbers guy. And I just want you to express to people these numbers, how they break down and what it really means to you, because, there's 7 funds. Essentially 77% comes up multiple times. 7% comes up, in the white paper. Numbers, what do they mean to you, and why is it so important that these funds, and this project aligns with that value?
So as many of you will know, my history with the number 7 is rooted from Cristiano Ronaldo and my father, right? However, what I didn't share, and what I might have shared on Jeremy's Live, now that I think about it, is I would say pretty much since I moved home from college, right, and really started that professional career, really, still training dogs at the time, but making that transition. Anytime I was going through a really, really tough decision-making, I don't know, energy all over the place, right?
Yeah.
I would see anytime I would have a thought, a moment of clarity that was the right decision and it felt like the right decision, but I wasn't entirely sure, guess what fucking numbers I would see everywhere?
I'm going to guess 7.
Yeah. No, not just 1 7. Fucking 7s all over the guy. Like everywhere. Double 7s, triple 7s. I mean, it got to the point where, all right, I need to start, I'm observing, but was I listening to these messages? Yeah, I was acting on some of them, but that's what really led me down the path of I don't know, just trying to figure out what I wanted to do in life, because I was initially driven by money, driven by ego, driven by the opinions of others in my youth. That's all I fucking cared about, was whether or not people liked me, So going through that phase and continuously seeing those 7s and then cutting certain people out of my life, you layer all that in together, and 7s mean a lot to me.
Yep.
So That's my answer. I
Yeah.
hope it's good enough. I know
good.
it's probably longer than you wanted.
No. This is our show. We
Cool.
dictate how long it is.
Hey, I like
Here,
it.
scroll down a little bit, just so
Yeah.
people who are watching.
I probably should switch to the camera when you ask me questions, huh? Because they were just staring at the screen.
Yeah, but
I'm thinking that would be a better touch.
Maybe.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. However you're feeling, pal. Anyways, let's
So
go.
I'm here at the funds.
So I want to talk a bit about the funds, and I'm going to jump through them. I'm not going to go in a specific order. The first I want to talk about, I think, is the CryptoPunks and VeeFriends giveaway.
Yes.
This is kind of insane when you think about it, and I'll make some statements, and you can respond to them. But the ability to get a punk. Oh, we're talking to camera. I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, we're not going to show the screen the whole time. That's
Yeah,
fucking boring,
sorry.
dude.
Okay,
I've been on the other side of that camera.
let's go.
Yeah.
FaceTime.
Oh.
All right. So when you think about what these funds can do, think about the crazy part to me is that you can own a punk.
Split it. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, there you go. You can own a punk or a VeeFriend for 0.077. You
have
know,
the opportunity,
If you think
yeah.
about that, you have the opportunity.
So we're going
to
to go
own
down
a punk
to,
and a
here to those
VeeFriend.
two sections because
And each of those funds is going to be spent choosing 7 founders, 7 token owners, and distributed to them until the fund is gone.
And we're going to do that every day on a live
Yeah.
show. We're going to document the whole process
That's
through our new
huge.
vlog.
That is huge. Because not only
there is limit 1 per wallet, full transparency.
Well,
Before y'all
hold
lose
on,
your mind
hold
and
on.
start
I'm
stacking
making
up.
statements and then you're responding. This guy, jeez.
That's how excited I am.
Yeah, you know. I think
But
that
continue. I need to work on that.
not
I
only
apologize.
so here's the crazy thing to me that I think about is not only as a token holder you're excited on the chance that you can win one of these historic pieces of NFT, like they're part of history, CryptoPunks especially. VeeFriends' his utility has changed the game. I kind of lost my thought there.
We're talking about CryptoPunks.
No, I know that. No, I know that. Oh, right. So not
Usually
only
that's me.
yeah, I know.
Tables.
So just staring out into the
That's too funny.
space.
I know.
Anyways,
right?
so not only as
Squirrel.
token so not only as token holders do you benefit from this or potentially benefit from this, but as someone who's not even involved in the project, someone who may own a CryptoPunk or a VeeFriend, you want our project to succeed.
Yeah.
just
The original plan was to do it all in one day, but
yeah.
what you do to the floor is
Oh.
I don't want to be responsible.
Also,
for that.
there's
no way.
no way that we could handle. That's one of the reasons why we're rolling this out slow. Is we could not handle an influx of 7,777 people hypothetically.
I wouldn't sleep.
There's no way.
Long
2-man
time.
team. I mean, we would. have to hire
No. It
instantly,
wouldn't
but
just be us.
That's one of the reasons why it's a slow rollout. But
Maybe 3, 4, 5
so-
right before we know it.
yeah, so maybe some of
Wink.
your more thoughts. Some more of your thoughts on the CryptoPunks and VeeFriends giveaway. What are you most excited about for that?
I'm excited for, regardless of whether or not the winners hold, right? I'm excited to hear the effect that the giveaway has. Not just financially, right? But, put things into perspective. You don't know what somebody's going through. Somebody leaving a comment, whether it's positive, negative, you don't know, the core of what's going on in their life. So let's say somebody wins one. And it's a life change. Like for some people, that type of money right there, just from reselling that one CryptoPunk, will change the lives of them and their families and everybody.
100%.
I'm so curious to see. It's my hope that anybody who's affected by this, share that with us, share that with the audience, share it with everybody, because everybody who contributes is going to want to see that, right? Regardless of it, you want to make a post and clout that you just made 50 racks. I mean, hey, if that's you, do you, right? But
Right. We all have our
I'm
own
just
goals.
so curious to see the just the good that each individual giveaway has. And then the VeeFriends one is very special because I know there's a lot, countless people who either missed out on the floor or are now priced out of the floor.
What was the floor when it?
Well, it was 0.5.
0.5. Okay.
It was a Dutch auction though, so I believe those floor pieces started at 2.5
I see.
or 3. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But at the end, everything, if you waited and patient, you
Yeah.
can get countless floors.
Yeah. I mean, and now it's
You had time.
Yeah.
And now things, once he starts making his announcements. But that's a really special one too to me. Same thing, right? I am so curious to see. My hope is that everybody who wins one, I hope everyone uses it so that we can form a fucking group for all the winners of the giveaway, right? Hey, if you want to flip it, make some money, do your thing.
We all meet up at VeeCon.
If you hold on to it, holy shit.
Imagine the party, bro.
Oh, man. Golly. I only started saying that because this guy. I don't normally say that word like that.
But also, I mean, punks. I hope people hold punks too. Man. I would never let a punk go. That would be locked in my vault forever. A piece of history. Yeah. NFT history. But yeah, so let's talk about.
Do we want to check comments here? Let's see what it looks like.
I think Gary was saying, he's agreeing with you, and actually brought up Jimmy Eath. Mm-hmm. You're familiar, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm reading it right now. That's really cool that he took the time to reach out to you on DM too. Yeah. I could only imagine the influx of messages he received. So, like I said, I don't know if it's him who's going to be the primary contact, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely going to reach out to him and let him know personally like what we're doing and that we did inquire. And I believe Anastasia reached out to me at Nameless saying, Roger that, you're in our queue. We'll reach out to you, when we start this process in Q3. And I'm a patient man. So I was like, cool. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day. But thank you for that, Gary. I'm going to kind of give that nudge.
Gary's the man.
Yeah.
All right.
So
let's go on to number 6. I want to talk about the mining farm fund. For anyone who's just joining in, I'm sure I've harped on it before, but the Founders Mining Fund is insane because it almost guarantees your investment back, but also it's going to give back rewards for life to whoever owns the token.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And for mining, like back in, I don't even know, was it 2014, 2015, something like that. Everyone was ignoring crypto. I myself, I knew Marcelo had been mining. He started mining. I'm like, oh yeah, whatever, not thinking anything of it. But this guy's been mining for a long time. And so to see him be able to create a mining farm is actually insane. And tell people what your kind of goals are for what you see that, how you see that forming and developing.
So number 6 is huge.
Yeah.
How I see that one developing. So for those who don't know, before VeeFriends launched, I was on the road. I was on the road looking for land. I was going to do this myself at a smaller scale, of course, as you'll learn in the white paper. My original budget was $250,000. Oh, you want to go full screen?
No, I did.
Oh, okay. Oh. So this is really right. It's in my wheelhouse. I grew up around hardware, software. As many of you learned, built a computer when I was a kid, and this one's special because what I decided to do with all of the profits from the pool is play on the number 7s. We're giving back 77% of this proceeds, so why not also give back 77% of the profits from the mining pool, right? From all the accumulative equipment back to the token owners. So that's what we're doing. I wanted to touch on something Scott said. For the record, right? The word guarantee is tricky. Because if you're a person who buys in from US dollar valuation and something happens to the value of ETH, we can't predict where the value of ETH is going to be. But what we can guarantee is the payouts in ETH, not in ETH, I'm sorry, in BTC.
Bitcoin.
Right? So as far as guaranteeing a return on investment, that's
right. That's up to the market. That's
treading waters, right? That we don't want to tread. That's a gray area that we can't back, right? Because there are certain variables.
Very good point. Yep.
Yeah, but and also for the record, we're not making a crypto exchange, right? Those rewards are rewards. They're gifts from us in the form of you holding onto your tokens, and that's going to go on for as long as you hold the token every single month. We're also going to create a fun smart contract allowing token owners to come in and vote, and majority vote, we switch the coin. For the record, we're not going to be creating a crypto exchange. You're gonna have to make those trades on your own and report those gains on your own. Understood? So for the record, but just to put into perspective, I'm going to be purchasing roughly 100 to 200 acres. Now, it's not the entire 200 acres that we're going to use for this facility, right? But put into perspective what 20 to 30 acres of solar panels would look like, 3x5s, 600 watt panels. And that's the rough estimate of all the 3 mining facilities. Now, I don't want to put any more specifics on it because in that white paper we're going to release is going to be all the specifics and details and calculations that we've made between us and I guess myself and my electricians, so and my consultants that I work with to make sure that the numbers are correct, to make sure we're ordering the right amount of battery storage in amp hours and lithium ion to store all the energy we need to run all the units we're going to purchase simultaneously 24/7, keeping in account weather. So that's going to be a fun process to, that's what I used to do growing up. I'm going to switch back to the camera because I keep looking at the camera. That's what I used to do growing up. I would come up with an idea, a process, and I was very fortunate to have access to all the servers and equipment and test and pull all-nighters. Yeah. So all of those details are going to be finely tuned in that white paper, and they're going to become more and more clear.
I think Gary's got a question, actually. Yeah. So how does holding benefit you, benefit the foundation? Are you asking how holding the...
Yeah, benefits us? No, we're more talking about benefiting the founders.
The founders. Mm-hmm. Maybe we need some clarification.
Yeah, so what I meant by that is the longer you hold the token, the longer you receive these BTC rewards from these future mining facilities. Yeah. That's what I meant by that.
There you go. Yeah. And also, you have to think about it. When we launch, our goal is to create one, but down the road, we'll be creating multiple.
Well, and that's an incentive to hodl. Yeah. If you hold one of these tokens, I don't want to guarantee free mints, but there's going to be some fun incentives within every other project we launch through the MonkeyBytes Foundation, right? This is just the first NFT project of many. This is the foundation that's going to fund so much more, right? So that's what I mean. Thank you, man. I love these questions. You're helping us.
Great questions, Gary.
Because I'm sure we does that answer it, right?
If that doesn't
Gary,
answer it,
for those watching this on YouTube who have no context of the question that was asked, he's asking, how does hodling, aka holding, benefit you, aka you meaning the person listening?
The founders.
Yeah, exactly. And one of many things is the monthly BTC rewards from the future mining farm payouts. But another is free mints amongst other benefits of future projects that we start, because this is just the first of many, many NFT projects. I was about to give a little spoiler, but never mind.
Keep something in the bag.
Yeah. So does that answer your question about the mining farm fund? So let me actually dig a little bit deeper to summarize. So that 77% is then going to be fractionalized from... This is where I don't want to speak too soon because I don't want to misspeak and have somebody misinterpret what I'm going to say. But we're currently working on a process that's going to calculate the number of token owners, obviously. I know we can use Etherscan, so we're going to use that to incorporate, to essentially use as a feed. But that's how we're going to determine, right? Let's say one person owns 17 tokens. Right, we have to determine, okay, how much of that from that 77%. Yeah. So those details of how we're going to determine that process are going to be released here by the end of the year. So they're going to be coming out of the number 6 white paper for the Founders Mining Farm Fund. So I hope that answers it. Wouldn't people flipping benefit the fund more because of the 7% royalty? So that 7% royalty, one thing about that is... that'll be cool to get royalty. Mm-hmm. But one thing we agreed on is the royalty is not coming to us. It's going right back into the foundation to fund more projects, future R&D. And the reason we chose 7, obviously the theme of the project is 7, but you see most projects taking more. Yeah. So the theme of our project is transparency and giving back. So we wanted to put a lower number on the royalty than all these other projects are doing. So the royalty to us didn't really factor in too much of our decision making. It's an added perk. Come on, spoiler. Hey, family tree.
I just saw. He's like, come on.
So Cam, shout out Cam. That's Cam.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's Cam. Yeah. Shit, what spoiler was I about to give them?
I don't even remember.
Fuck. It was related to the mining farm fund.
Yeah. Probably something that has to do with other
Okay,
rewards
I'll give it to you.
later
If you're a token owner, right, you've got to go through a verification process, but I'll give you a personal tour of the mining facility. Really special. I'm going to house you, put you up in a hotel. You come to the Bay Area, I'll fly you out here. Now, there is going to be stipulations, right, because that's a lot of fucking token owners to put up and do all that, right?
You're saying
what I
every
mean?
single one?
Well, no, we're going to have to go through a verification process.
Gotcha.
But what I'd like to do is offer tours for those interested in making their way to us.
Yeah.
You know,
That'd be
once
cool.
they make
Spread
their
the
way
knowledge
to
and
us,
everything.
and let me clarify, once you make your way to us, we'll then cover, you know, lunch and things like that for the day. But as far as covering your airfare and hotel expenses, that's something me and him have to work on.
Yeah, this
and
is down the
discuss.
line.
Yeah,
We
this
have
is down the line, right?
We have big dreams, clearly.
But the tours for founders and token owners, most definitely 100%. But like I said, we need to fine tune on our end that verification process because, as you could imagine, there's going to be there's possible some manipulators, right? Someone who wants to see it fail or something like that. So more details to come. But yeah, that's a cool little added perk.
Yeah.
I hope everybody likes that.
Let's see.
What if we help rack servers? I'm lifting weights
Yeah, and
now.
Gary says he's gonna.
That's hella
He's
funny.
gonna be there.
You know what's
100%.
funny is you think mining facility, unless Bitmain comes out with a 1U, 2U, 4U form factor that slides into those rack mounts, we're not going to use rack mount. You know? But I love that you have that history of that technology. That's really
Yeah.
cool. And for those who don't know, 1U, 2U, 4U, those are measurements of. Do I have an example? I do not have an example. Most people know what a gigabit switch looks like, right? It's about 1 inch, 2 inches tall.
Yeah.
That's a 1U form factor, right? I wish we can point the camera over there. Never mind.
We'll have to do a mining lesson.
Yeah,
one of these
yeah.
times.
But Bitmain could very well come out with a rack mount version of these miners. They haven't yet, and I have a feeling it's because of the heat that's generated. These things are fucking loud, and they generate a lot of heat. It's insane.
Right.
So no, I love it. Like, hey, this is what it's all about. Like, we're doing this show to not only recap but answer some nice Q&A here.
Yeah, the questions
and we
are
want to
amazing.
keep each show this month because we're doing a very slow release. We're doing that for a reason. Like, we really want to take the time to break this down and answer everybody's questions and build out that facts page to have that ready for August. By the time we start listing those 77 a week, right? We hope.
Yeah. And JVSN, like, honestly, it helps us because we can only talk about our project so much without knowing what people actually want to hear. Right? It helps us to really dial in, you know, what people are interested in. So, honestly, any question, any comment you have, share it with us. We love to hear it. So, yeah. I feel like last time, so we've covered a lot of the white paper. Do you want to go over the first 3 funds, or should we kind of just leave with final thoughts here? We're coming up on like 50 minutes.
Are we already?
Not that time
Dude, time
matters,
flies
but
when you love what you're talking about.
yeah.
Because
Because
felt like
we're going to
20
talk
minutes,
about
dude.
this more.
Are you sure?
This is literally
Hold on,
all
let
we're
me
going to
check
talk
OBS.
about.
I think you're correct.
Yeah.
Correct. You are correct.
It's all up here, bro.
Yeah.
And
So let's ask
like,
the
we can
audience
talk
too.
about
Do you
this.
want us
Yeah.
to continue and go another hour right now, or would you want us to keep this episode brief and do another one? I know today's a non-fungible Friday, but we didn't really cover any other topics because we were just, so excited
You know,
to share
the only
ours
thing
in
I would talk
detail.
about is if we did non-fungible
Don't even say
Fridays.
it.
You know what I would say?
Okay, no. Hold on. Let's finish.
Yeah,
let's
I
finish
know.
summarizing the landing page because I know that's something we didn't completely summarize last time. I don't think. And then for people viewing, we would love to see in the comments any questions you have moving forward.
Yeah.
Just know we're going to be going live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We do have plans to hopefully start interviewing Monday and Fridays moving forward. So, but Tech Tip Tuesdays, we're going to be breaking down this project very in depth per fund. So I know today is another overview, but I feel like the audience really needed it. For anybody who didn't catch the live show.
It doesn't
on
hurt
Wednesday.
to kind of re-go over things. We'll probably come across things that we meant to
We
say
should
and
probably
didn't.
just record a few tonight too.
Possibly. I think that's the rest on the page. Once we kind of go down, then it just, what's a monkey bite? Unless you want to.
Yeah. So what's a monkey bite? I know throughout this whole landing page, right? It's kind of, we don't really define it per se, right? Because we wanted to show you the economics behind everything first, behind the approach, right?
Yeah.
Monkey bites are acts of kindness etched in digital stone. There will be 7 evolving generations of tech with a play on binary art. You're going to notice it's going to be pixel art focused. Thanks to
oh yeah, you know we can talk. I don't think we even talked about the art last time.
No.
Oh, did we got that? No.
Yeah, let's talk about the art. What I want to do is give you the floor because I also want to hear about your thoughts designing the first gen.
Sure.
Now, should I talk about my? I think I did talk about my thoughts on the Gen 0. I remember touching on this last time.
Yeah, you did.
I'll let you touch on Gen 1. So let's pull up the OpenSea so that Scott can talk about his thoughts that went into it. I think that's a better use of our time.
So, when thinking about this project, you guys saw Gen 0. Is this full screen, or is it just me and then the art? Just so I know if I have to look at. Oh, I can see right here.
Yep,
got it.
Let's go full screen.
What's up, guys? All right, so for me, when we were creating this, I took Marcelo's initial idea, into mind, the monkey with the TV and the rocket, and he always had this idea for binary, and it was always discussed from the get-go, and it was pixel art, and then we kind of started to move away from that. And what if we did this? And what if we did that? And nothing really.
We explored a lot of different avenues.
Yeah, we did. We really went back and forth with the art direction and what we were going to do with it because we wanted to get it right. We wanted to make sure it matched the ideas of the project, make sure that everything was, as thought out as Marcelo would have, as much thought that he put in the white paper. I should think about that when creating this pixel art.
Yeah.
And so when you work with pixel art, you have very limited. You're constrained to 60. Well, in this project, for example, we did 64 pixels by 64 pixels wide. So we're constrained to that amount of pixels, whatever you multiply that out to be. I'm really bad at math. Anyways,
sorry, I was just catching up.
No, anyways, so when I'm creating this pixel art, and this will actually say the dimensions will stay throughout the progression of the series. So we're going to create it so it all holds together as a series, but it's different in its own way.
Each one is one of one.
Yeah.
Each one is unique.
And so when we were thinking about this, his initial idea for the TV and stuff, we actually came up with another design that led us to this design. And we're like, this would be amazing. Let's go back a step, pixel art and technology and stuff, and what kind of started, technological revolution, the PC, right? So this is actually loosely modeled off of. Can I say? We're gonna get branded.
It's loosely modeled off the standard form factor all-in-one PCs back in the day that look like huge ass paperweights.
Yeah, the brand rhymes with.
Well, it was a mix between like an IBM and an Apple.
Oh, that's true. Right? That's true. Yeah. So we were.
You designed your own.
Yeah,
but we were looking at.
Yeah, we were looking at the
everywhere.
Apple II and then an IBM machine, and we kind of merged them together to create this. And so we kind of wanted to keep it simple, but also work intentionally. So a lot of times with pixel art, you can draw pixel art, you can just draw it out. But pixel art really, the art about it is being decisive about which pixels you choose to go where. And rather than blanketing a whole scene with a certain amount of pixels, you're really intentional in how many pixels you choose and how many you use. For example, with the dithering on the background on the desk, that gray area, doing that in a way that makes sense, but also it's on purpose. I'm not just drawing things there just because I think, well, obviously I think it looks good, but there's a reason for that each pixel to be there. And so like when on some of these pixels here, I follow the idea of 7 or coming.
I know, I remember. And he told me the strategy. It's like, fuck yeah, so I picked the right co-founder here. I was like, he knows this number thing's important.
I specifically did them in groups of 7 or 3 or 5, because numbers are very important to him. So I wanted to include that into the art. So every pixel there is really.
Yeah, I was shocked to learn that when you were. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, and I actually, I had done a tiny bit of pixel art work before this, but learning this art for this project was really fun. I'm traditionally a photographer, so being able to work outside of my comfort zone and do something that I think is really interesting. It stands on its own as pixel art. It was a really great adventure, and I'm proud to put it out into the world. As we're here. Yeah. This is a MonkeyByte. This is what it is. And so going forward, we're going to take that same idea of being conscious about the art and where, using the constraints 64 by 64 and being very intentional and thoughtful.
So for the record, these are actually 3,000 by 3,000, 300 DPI, aren't they?
Right.
Yeah.
The actual image that you get
huge.
is that.
Yeah.
But when I'm designing
as big as they could have been.
Yeah. When I'm designing these, though, I'm using a 64 by 64
palette,
and then I upsize.
I see what you mean.
So
that's
that
cool.
So it retains that feel.
Yeah.
The classic vibes.
And that's cool how there's no loss of quality.
Mm-hmm. And Gary, I'll be designing all of the future gens. We've got them in the works.
Yeah, so they're all decided on.
Yeah.
But are they all designed 100%? Not yet, but the next few are.
But we've got time. That's why it's a slow roll.
That's why it's a slow roll.
And we want to make sure we get it right. We're both collaborating on it.
Yeah. He's the lead creative, and I come in and say, maybe I want to, let me see how this would look. And then I fuck with it in my Photoshop. And then what's funny is like one little tweak, and he's like, oh.
Yeah. He does something kind of that I wouldn't have thought of.
That's exactly why, for those knowing of that text that I talked about on the last episode, when I texted him, I knew he was the right person. I just had a feeling, like I knew your skill sets, I knew your background, and that's exactly why. Like that was the first motivating, show him the white paper. So I just wanted to give you a shout out because he's very talented. And his thought process behind art and behind just his knowledge of past artists. Like he was dropping some names on me that I'm not about to drop because I'll butcher them. But I started doing research and I'm like, wow, it was really cool to learn about art history from just interacting with him and learning about his inspiration and why he chose to describe it using this word. Yeah. Sorry to get off topic there, but I wanted to shout him out. I wanted to shout him out
because it, man.
This creative is really, really fucking cool. Like I'm so proud of what you've done.
Yeah, something fun that we did too, talking about that, being conscious of everything and kind of my art history. I like to think about colors too, and color palettes. And a little, insider tip is that when I design these generations, if you look at this old one, it's,
you're gonna tell them this?
It's mainly black and white.
You're gonna tell them this?
We got 5 people watching. These are some
5?
champions.
Gary V. I'm just gonna shout out Gary V because
deserves this.
Number 5.
We're excited about it. I want to tell everyone
for your attention.
We have 5 amazing people hanging out with us. And I want to share that excitement.
We hope you're entertained. We hope we're providing value here.
So when I'm thinking about this, just to go back to the colors idea, the classic one is more black and white. It's not flat black and white because I didn't want. I liked how it looked, but I felt like it could use a bit more pop, as an image that's supposed to be viewed through a screen. So I really chose a more muted color tone, but it still has that black and white feel with the old school kind of green text on it. And when we move through these generations, I'm going to be expanding.
We battled on that.
My color palette.
We battled on that.
Yeah.
We battled
so
on that.
I'll still be using the same restricted size of 64 by 64 when I do design, but the color palette will be open. So I'll be able to express colors and things in different ways. Different shading.
When we describe each generation as evolving, not only are they evolving in the tech, but they're evolving in the color palette. They're evolving in just every way, shape, or form. And the mascots we create are going to do the same thing.
Yep. So
for those who don't know, we also have we're already getting illustrations done on 7 generations of monkeys, evolving generations of monkeys that are going to represent each generation.
You're just going to give away everything, huh? He's just throwing it all
these
out
are the fucking OGs right now. So do you want to tell him more about the evolving in the tech?
No.
Like what type? No.
Gary,
so we want to keep that a surprise. Sorry about that. I am going to try to drop as much as I can. Yeah. And he wants to be secretive, and I will respect that.
Yeah, we have it lined up because I want to make sure I get it right, and when you do see it, that everything just falls in line. Everything blends really well. Because even our first 2 generations, we were looking at the art, and we're going back and forth. And Marcelo made the point that when I was designing this, there was a few things that didn't fit between them, and we tied them together so that when you look at this art, it flows through the generation. Like things will tie you back to previous generations. And
I think that's really cool. I'm glad we thought in depth about that.
And that's one thing we collabed on, and it's been a whole collaborative.
I must say, the collaborative effort on the creative. Yeah. I know it's not going to work in every situation, in every partnership, in every formation, right? But just the right variables. Yeah. Have to be in place for that to work, and I think it works very well here, and you're going to see that through the creative. Yeah. I want to show you Gen 2 right now, but I guarantee you won't fucking let me.
No way. You're insane.
Yeah, I am, dude. Let's give the people what they want.
In some ways, Gary, yes, but in other ways, I'm definitely high.
Yeah, no. So funny thing about that, we got qualities of each, man. Because man, my dad used to try to instill patience in me for the longest time, and I was so impatient. Now I'd like to think I'm very, very patient. And my dad is one of the most impatient people I know. It's funny how the tables turn on that, you know. Mm-hmm. But that's funny. I would Scott.
It goes back and forth.
You know what Hype Horse reminds me of? I'm sorry to get sidetracked. You guys know the episode of Dave on FX? It's a newer show. It's got some unique comedy to it. But there's a hype man in it. And there's like, you know, you're the hype horse. You're the hype man.
Is this a Gary V card?
Yeah. Fucking God.
It's
Scott,
a VeeFriends.
Hold on. All right, sorry,
card.
audience.
I called it a card.
We got
burn at the stake.
We got a guy over here who doesn't.
I just noticed
I
noticed
know, man.
the alliteration, and I was like, that seems like it should be a VeeFriend name.
Yeah, no. I'm glad you put it together.
Hey,
so here's the patient panda.
At least I realized
Fucking beautiful.
It didn't just.
This one flew. And then which other one did he talk about? Hype Horse. Let me show you the Hype Horse.
Yeah.
Such a thoughtful product. I look forward to seeing him.
Wait. Before we go into VeeFriends, because I want to talk about another project.
Give perspective.
True, that's true. We can do that.
Hype Horse. There's a Hype
Let's
Horse.
wrap this episode.
Okay.
For the people, and we'll be talking about this.
You want me to
forever,
go back to what?
nonstop
Just
until
full
the
screen?
project.
I'll go full screen. Let's talk to the people.
Yeah. Like I said, we'll be talking about this project until it's complete, and then even afterwards, we're never.
Yeah, so forgive us. I know we wanted to dig deep into each fund, but I think what we realized, this was a great recap. And moving forward each day, we're gonna each fund separately. Right?
And in addition to that, like if we miss something, or like you are reading the white paper and you're like, oh, that would have been good to know, just ask us in the Discord.
Yeah,
we're there,
and we'll bring it up,
and we can talk about it on the next episode, and or just answer your question in Discord.
We'll do both.
Or do both.
Yeah. Because you asking questions, believe it or not, helps us tremendously.
Yeah.
You know, so we appreciate you.
And we're learning. Like, this is, like I said, it's just two of us. We're
That was a
learning
good way
this
to
project
deflect
as it
me
goes.
trying to release Gen 2. You really just...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you did a good
the way
job
that
there,
this
guys. If
guy
anybody
can
else noticed right
go
there,
off on a tangent,
I just figured out, I was like, wait,
bring him
I
back
was trying
on
to
course.
release something here.
There are plans to do Twitter Spaces.
Squirrel.
Twitter Spaces. I think you have to have 600 followers, so I think I'm able to do it on my account, not
I
our
like that delay.
not our
I saw the
NFT,
squirrel on your screen.
not on our MonkeyBytes account, but on my personal account. I think I can host a Twitter Spaces.
Yeah, so we were thinking about doing that, and I think
or Clubhouse.
Should we do it tonight?
one's
Should we
easier.
do a little trial run tonight? Small. Are there any lives going on?
Maybe.
Yeah.
If you guys
We'll
have
drop
any,
a note in the Discord.
And talking about Discord, if you guys have any preference, whether we do Discord or a Clubhouse or Twitter Spaces, let us know in Discord. Because I lean towards Twitter Spaces, but some people, most people would rather do Clubhouse. Fine.
And he's not saying this from the perspective of not having an invite. He's definitely on Clubhouse.
Oh, I'm on Clubhouse.
So there's no restriction. We'll go on whatever
it's just
platform.
that I'm always on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like that's my
I'm
main
on both,
platform
but I've been
now.
on Clubhouse more when it comes to the listening.
Yeah.
You know.
Also, yeah. And if you guys, if you don't feel like talking on Discord, talk to us on Twitter. We're always there. So we're everywhere.
We're everywhere.
Yeah. Anyways,
Do we want
should we
to
wrap her up?
Let's see.
Can I shout out the project that I want to shout out other than ours yet?
Yeah. So I want to shout. Oh wait. Is it what I think it is? Is it this?
Meow.
Go for it. Hey, shout out to the Cool Cats. That project was interesting.
Okay,
on
so-
how it's grown.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the Bored Ape Club. This was supposed to be all MonkeyBytes, and you got to go and shout out another project.
I'm excited.
I'm kidding. Now we're gonna keep this rolling.
Well, because
now
okay,
I want to
so
talk
here's
about
the thing.
another
Here's the
one.
thing: is it was my first NFT project that I invested in, other than time invested working on this project. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna invest in this project. It looks so fun. Like I really like the art. And they dropped their price to
You picked a good first
0.02,
project.
yeah.
You picked a good first
And
project to get in.
One thing that I've learned, actually, this applies to our project, is I love how their community is like run and how transparent that the artist is, the whole team behind everything. They're in their Discord, they're answering questions, they're interacting with people, and everyone in there like a lot of the people who first started in there, I can't, as more people come in, the community grows and changes, but it is such a positive and like exciting place to be, and that's like what I want to create for us. And that's why we're kind of doing it slow, so we can manage things in the right way and grow our community and grow our audience, so that we can be, you know, really transparent with you guys and respond to what our founders, you know, want to see from this project.
Exactly.
You know, we have our core beliefs, but in the end, it's about giving back. So
Yeah.
That's one thing that I love about Cool Cats, is they have figured a way to give back and reward their members, not only just, you know, by being the Cool Cats, like doing what they are with the IP, you know, with the Cool Cats, how they're promoting it, but how they're giving back to the community and really responding to them. So that's what I'd love to do for us.
Nice.
But also shout out Cool Cats.
Yeah. And I'm going to give another shout out to our fellow launch day. I don't want to say partners, right? We're not partners, but fellow launch day project. I'm going to butcher the name, but from Silva.
Silva.
Jan Silva.
Yeah.
I want to shout out Jan Silva, man, and his
Animus.
project. Pineapples are one of my top 5 favorite fruit by far. Mangoes are at the fucking top. Forgive me, but nothing going to beat a mango. Blueberries.
There you go.
Yeah, but pineapples, man, he came out with a unique project, and it also launched 7/7. So I know we were just talking about our project that launched 7/7, but I just wanted to give a shout out to Silva.
Don't
what
buy-
they're doing
don't
by
buy meme.
what they're doing at Made by Animus.
Yeah, don't buy meme.
Don't buy meme at
Yeah.
Don't buy meme. So dragon fruit to the moon. Hey, I
While
agree
you're
with
talking
it,
about
but
that,
I'm
I'll
also
pull
a
them up to shout them out real quick.
frugal shopper when it comes to, like, don't get me wrong, I'll spend on my body when it comes to nutrition, but dragon fruit is one of those seasonal fruits for me, because at my local Berkeley Bowl, which you would think is a bowling alley, it's not. It's a produce spot. Eat blueberries like it's my fucking job. Yeah, that reminds. Oh, that's Gary. Quote unquote. Ooh, I like that. That was awesome. I only buy dragon fruit throughout certain times of the year, unless I'm over in Thailand, which
There you go.
they're cheap as fuck.
I put their Twitter in there, so you guys should honestly go over there, check out what they're doing.
Blueberries on the floor.
It's incredible.
That's
Yeah.
like my heart would drop if I see blueberries. I wash them off and eat them. I'm
5
sorry to
second
get
rule.
all sidetracked. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I got squirrel.
Yeah. Anyways, shout out Made by Animus.
Yeah,
They're
Made by
crushing
Animus.
it.
We were shouting them out.
Yeah. Like they're honestly, go there. I can't even begin to describe.
Yeah,
what
they're doing something special. And what you see happening in the Artist Fund.
It would take a whole nother episode to talk about what they're doing.
Yeah, and let's do a call to action.
Yeah.
Silva, hit us up.
Let's have Silva back on.
Let's have Silva
Silva,
back on.
we love Silva.
Maybe line them up for Wednesday or something.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna keep it brief,
Shout-outs
because we
and
generally
white paper.
hour and 10. Is there any last minute questions you'd like us to answer? You think this was good for today?
Yeah. I think we're good. I'm sweating. I need this fan back.
Yeah, it is hot. You got this heat wave.
It's a heat
Tell me
wave
to
up
turn
here in
off. All right.
California. Yeah. If you can't
All
tell,
right.
I'm glistening.
So, thanks for tuning in on this episode of BitmonkeyTV.
MonkeyBytes is live!
I know.
I told him I'd never do that, but there you go.
Peace out.
I hope you guys have a great
appreciate
Friday.
y'all tuning in.
Yep. See ya.
That was fucking comedy.